Music TV
on the daughters.
Shout out to TZ Von Savage and Jay Lava. I missed you guys the other day because I was real busy with my film release. The new Bug Breaking movie is out. But shout out to you brothers, man. I want to send a congratulations to TZ Von Savage and Jay Lava for their 500th episode of Keep It P podcast. Be one to you players. Hey, yo, in the place to be, it is Jay Lava and TZ. I said, this is the Keep It P podcast, where we take the news and the situations and the everyday occurrences to show how one could have and could not have been keeping it P. And I'm not trying to tell you what to think, I'm trying to show you how to think when you find yourself mixed up in an anti-black racist propaganda. Damn, I almost had it. Shit.
Yeah.
Listen, man, y'all know what we do and we do it well, and he has something to share with you. It's a public services announcement. I introduce to you Supreme Big Brother Light Bright Almighty.
Oh, you usually don't get it right. Hey, at least you got that right. But y'all need to get this right. Hashtag for the record doe. Then you need to get this right. Hashtag FTRD. Right. That was just for the record though. Then the initials FTRD. See how I put that together for y'all.
You did it.
And then I am TZ Von Savage in the place to be. Sucker MCs.
Buster.
Yeah, that's a B-box. That's a B-boy stance. That is self-love and a self-hug. Yeah, what you know about that there? Probably nothing. That's why we got B1 Health and Wellness. You know what I'm saying? I know some of y'all woke, but some of y'all's eyes wide shut. You smell me? Yeah. You might have thought that was corny, but what's even more corny is if we let the culture die, y'all.
And we cannot let it die, y'all. On the slide.
And it's all right to call it black music, though. It's cool. It's all right to have something. It's all right to have a culture. It's cool.
This one kind of disturbs me because it's targeting black people. Now, I might not be with the Moor thing, but I understand them brothers and what they're talking about. And there was a such thing as Moors that existed. Moors are the people who actually taught the European people how to wash their ass and how to add and subtract and how to clean shit so that you don't have the black plague and you're dead from all the nasty that you're doing.
You know, they were the court systems and judicial systems and
mathematics, astrology.
You know, so yeah, creators of a lot of our everyday today situations that they don't want you to learn about in school because that would make little Johnny feel bad and want to slit his wrist even more than he already wants to. Or are you worried about little Tommy feeling bad and coming up and shooting up the school?
Pretty much.
Oh, I forgot they already do that.
Oh shit, damn. Well, I'm gonna expose this. Vice News is ran by white supremacists. and
Trifling news.
yeah, Vice News, this bullshit. But they have an article that's pretty disturbing, and it says, "Meet Rise of the Moors, an armed militia that had a 9-hour standoff with the cops. 11 men were arrested after driving through Massachusetts with guns and tactical gear. They said they did nothing wrong, because they didn't. They was just fucking exercising their constitutional rights. But you notice how white people act when they see black people with guns. They're automatically threatened.
Automatically. You're a threat when you just have your hand in your hand.
Right. No, it's your skin that's the threat.
You feel me?
11 armed men who had a 9-hour standoff with Massachusetts police on the I-95 over the holiday weekend said they shouldn't have been arrested because they didn't break any laws by driving through the state with a collection of firearms and tactical gear. There's nothing wrong. White boy Roy and his crew does that all the time. The group is a self-proclaimed militia and political organization called Rise of the Moors, based out of Rhode Island, according to the police. The group is an offshoot of the Moorish sovereign ideology movement, whose followers believe that they have no obligation to obey U.S. laws due to the alleged treaty with the nation of Morocco in the aftermath of the American Revolution. I'm going to have to look that up because I really want to know what that's about. While the group maintains that they did nothing wrong possessing weapons as they made their way across the state, they were arrested and charged with several weapons offenses, including unlawful possession. When they appeared in court on Tuesday and Wednesday, 9 of the 11 men pleaded not guilty, with the majority of them opting to represent themselves. They each being held on $1,000 bail and at the correctional facility in Middlesex County. So you get $100,000 bail just for having a firearm, but you can kill your kid and put him in the freezer and get off on 10 stacks? That's
deep.
You can kill your kid.
True story.
We just did it this week. Go check back. You can kill your kid. Yesterday? You can kill your kid, put them in the freezer. They be missing for 2 years. They come to your house. They find the remains still freshly simmering in the freezer.
Simmering in the freezer.
Yeah.
With marination juices.
Right. Freshly marinating in the freezer. And you get
R.I.P. man to the shorty, man.
Yeah, and you get right out on 10 stacks bail. Man.
10 bangs.
One of the men agreed to the court-appointed lawyer Wednesday morning, according to the affiliate news station. Another defendant who was continually refusing to provide information to authorities is being held until authorities can identify him. Now, stop right there, because if in fact a citizen is experiencing a misjustice of law, he's exercising his constitutional rights to remain silent. They're basically saying that they can just hold you until they get ready. That's pretty scary.
It is.
That makes me think about a case of the young black guy who was accused of stealing, not found guilty, but accused of stealing, and sat in Rikers Island for 2 to 3 years, and got out and killed himself.
Killed himself.
Yeah. I am a free Moor, a national, a free living man. The man known only as John Doe No. 1 told the judge Tuesday. He was eventually removed from the court for repeatedly interrupting the legal proceedings. A minor who was arrested will be arraigned at a later date. Although the Rise of the Moors did not immediately respond to Vice News' request for comment, its leader, former U.S. Marine Jamal Tavin Sanders Litmore, who also goes by the name Jamal Talib Abdullah Bey, said its members don't consider themselves sovereign citizens, rather foreign nationals. We're not anti-government. We're not anti-police. We're not sovereign citizens. We're not black identity extremists, Bay said Saturday to a YouTube live stream hosted during the standoff. As specified multiple times to the police, we are abiding by the peaceful journey laws of the United States. And so what that means is that they have the right to travel unaccosted.
Yes.
He explains in another live stream recorded the same day that he and his group were following the rules of their state of original. Therefore, they have to have the right to make their way to their destination as long as they don't make any unnecessary stops. He cites the U.S. Supreme Court decision in Young versus Hawaii that says restrictive open carry laws infringe on Americans' Second Amendment rights. That's what I said. Federal laws of the United States specify that as long as we are not prohibited from bearing arms in the state that we are coming from, we have the right to peacefully journey through the state as long as we're not making any unnecessary stops, he tells police during the live stream. See, they hate when a brother know what he's talking about.
Hated it.
Bay says the group carried containers of gasoline and only pulled over to refuel. Ah, that's smart.
Smart is super smart.
So they can't even say we were stopping at the... No, fam, we ain't stopping at the gas station. We ain't smoking nothing because we got gasoline around. We just driving.
Straight up.
The standoff on July 3rd around 1:30 in the morning, Massachusetts police say one of the troopers came across two vehicles that had pulled over on the I-95 breakdown lane with their hazard lights blinking, hoping to assist the police. Cruiser pulled up next to the vehicles and found multiple men with tactical vests, complete with body cameras, AR-15 style weapons, and pistols. So, y'all seen some...
Like you didn't see it. Come on. I pulled over to assist the men's with tactical because I didn't see that from the road. So I pulled over because I wanted to assist all these black men with the tactical gear because they couldn't have known what they were doing.
That don't even make no sense.
Yeah. Come on, dude.
The trooper asked the men for their license and registration for the vehicle, as well as the license for the weapons. The men told the trooper that they didn't have any, and that the trooper called for backup as several of men ran into a nearby woods. I don't believe that either. I don't believe that. Like, why would they? Why are you gonna run in the woods traveling through a state you ain't from? That don't make sense.
Right. With firearms.
And leave the guns and the straps in the car? Nah. What followed was a search and subsequent standoff between law enforcement and the armed man. So how do you run off in the woods and then do a standoff? Standoff between law enforcement and the armed man, which shut down the roadway for hours. The police put a shelter-in-place order for the residents of the nearby town Wakefield, establishing a perimeter around where the men were using the department's hostage negotiation teams. Police were eventually able to talk to the man into surrendering. Oh, hold up. That's key. You know what that says, black people? They respect the guns. Because if it was a bunch of just Negroes out there, they probably would have mowed them all down.
Right.
But they couldn't do that.
Couldn't do it.
They had to negotiate.
Right.
Yeah.
Because that's what they usually do when it's one of their
PC
buddies.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They usually send a negotiator. Even if one of them get popped. One of them could get popped. Woo! And they'll still keep negotiating.
Dude, I seen a video where the police goes to this dude's house to arrest him for a warrant, I think. He pulls out the gun, blops the one cop, dead. His partner in the car, blops him too, dead. Goes in the house.
We did that.
Yeah, gets the AK, come out with the bullets around like Rambo. Back up, pull up. He's dumping it out with the backup.
Yes.
They shoot under the car, hit the man in the foot, and take his ass to jail.
Alive.
Alive, without a scratch on him.
And then talking about why'd you shoot?
Without a scratch. Do you hear what I'm saying?
Why'd you shoot? And got let out
Yeah.
on bail.
Police later reported that they found a total of 8 firearms in the group. The man ranged from ages 17 to 40 and from New York, Rhode Island, and Michigan, according to the police. Aside from the 17-year-old, who was released into custody of his parents shortly after the standoff came to a close, the men were all arrested and charged with unlawful possession of firearms, unlawful possession of ammunition, use of body armor, and commission of a crime. Nope, they were not in commission of a crime. See? Possession of high-capacity magazines, improper storage of a firearm in a vehicle, and conspiracy to commit crime. What crime were they conspiring to commit? Having black skin and guns is a crime? Yep.
Yep.
That's what they just told you.
Just told you with their own missiles.
3 of the men and the juvenile face an additional charge of providing a false name to law enforcement. The Bay version of the events told in the YouTube live stream that day, his group was cooperative and making their way privately on land in Maine for some firearms training. Pretty simple. Can't go to the range? The police seen us on the side of the road with our guns secured. We were afraid, so we got out with our arms, he said. I reassured them multiple times that we are abiding by the federal laws as well as the judicial option of United States Supreme Court, but they kept portraying us as anti-government. We have the right to peacefully journey through the state as long as we are not making any unnecessary stops. It says the research analyst of the Southern Poverty Law Center told the Southern Poverty Fake Law Center. I don't even know why it's called that, because they don't do nothing but target black people.
That's it.
Told Vice News, those following more sovereign ideologies are a part of a larger sovereign citizen movement in America, which includes groups of all backgrounds, including white supremacists. Nope, don't try to don't do that. They don't believe that they're subject to U.S. laws and often don't pay taxes. You're speculating.
Wow.
On the Rise of the Moors website, they say.
What do you mean, like Donald Trump?
Mm-hmm. On the Rise of the Moors website, they said they do not have an obligation to pay taxes as they are not represented in the government. I get that. All of these sovereign citizen movements have different ideologies and sub-ideologies that band them together with the idea that in fact they are living with legitimate jurisdiction, whereas the United States itself is illegitimate. It is. Anyway, they going in on this. They did a lot. So I'm not reading all of that bullshit because now they're starting to break down and explain the organization, which I'm not gonna let them do. During their court appearance on Tuesday, Rise of the Moors members maintained they did nothing wrong, and they said that they didn't intend to harm anyone during the pit stop in Massachusetts. The man refused court-appointed counsel, agreeing to represent themselves in court. One even asked the judge to have Bay represent him in court. When Bay himself appeared in court, he reiterated to the judge that he had no intentions of harming anyone and that his group only held their weapons because they wanted to protect themselves. I don't understand how these charges can be brought against me, Bay said in the court. Well, because, brother, they're white and they say so. 2, they tried to do the same thing with the Israelites. And listen, y'all, this is what being on code means. You may not agree with the Hebrew Israelites on the street spitting their trash. You may not agree with You may not agree with the Moors and they sovereign shit and all of that shit. You may not agree with the Muslims and their final call and bean pie shit. You may not agree with the Christian brothers and his Baptist and his, Sunday school shit. You might not agree with your boy who's a Jehovah Witness and they be, testifying in the Kingdom Hall. You might not agree with your Mormon brother who shouldn't be a Mormon at all because they thought black people was cursed and didn't let black people in the group until the late 70s. You might not agree with any of those brothers and their ideologies, but you know what we need to do is put all that shit aside and be B1. And B1 means is that I'm not going to disparage these brothers because I might not agree with the bullshit that they talking about. They still my brothers. And I ain't finna let nobody disparage them, because to disparage them is disparaging me. You
That's
see?
real.
The skin is the same. The skin is the same. They might think on some different shit, but the skin is the same. So I'm gonna need so how to put that in context? Or who's doing that? Mark Lamont Hill, Aunt Viv, Fat Joe,
Stephen A.
Stephen A. You know, that's disparaging your people in mixed company for these onlookers.
Snoop Doggy Dog.
Oh man, say it ain't so, brother.
We scared.
He did say that, didn't he?
As soon as we see you,
Soon as we see you in the rear view, we scared, man. Yeah, man. So listen, on code is the messaging. On code means if you ain't got nothing good to say about the black person, despite what they had going on, shut your dumb ass up. Just shut up. You see this? Remember this back in the day? Zip it and throw away the key. Remember that? Zip it, motherfucker. You remember that? Do that. And that's all I really got for y'all, because my hide is starting to get chapped thinking about
the chat feastering.
Yeah, I'm thinking about all this off-codeness that we got here in Black society.
Chatterlings.
Man, my whole chatter fifths. My chaps Fifth Avenue. My chaps Fifth Avenue, nigga. Listen, man. The description section, we're gonna keep telling you because there's a few vital key things over there. Over there is the $2 cut your check song war cry movement that you need to have and your possessiones, and you need to be banging that. Like, how you gonna say that you about the movement and you ain't got the official song? That is the official FBA song. It got all the people in there, man. It got all the people in there, dog. Go look at the video, man. All the people in there, man.
You ain't even shared the video?
I'm sick of you guys' shenanigans. I am sick and I am tired and I am sick.
Can't share the video?
I am sick. I am sick. Share
that y'all don't know about the brother that was killed in Minneapolis by the police. Getting guilty. Now they demonizing him, talking about his criminal history. Like, that got anything to do with being victimized, being hit, your life being taken?
Yeah. None. Hey, we finna leave y'all with 4 words: love, peace, blessings, and aloha. And you can take these. I got
hashtag pull up.
Don't play with this shit.
You don't even know what I gave to this shit. Self-made with this shit. I slay with this shit. Been a lot of roads I done paved with this shit. Look. See, I don't play with this.
Hey, Riri.
Hey Rihanna, hey girl, how you doing? I'm into you like Trump's in the Putin. I know that might sound a little confusing. I had to say it for my own amusement. What I'm trying to say is, can we go cruising? Top down, blow some good gas, and listen to Blueprint. Birdies, taking flight, change your life in one night. By 2 a.m. if you do it right. Up late like nigga night. Small fish, big appetite. Get an extra 4 if you whip it right. Got good gas and it's light bright. Got big balls and a good pipe. One calling in sight night.
Shawty bang my line. You can holler at me later. Shawty bang my line. Shawty bang my line. Bang my line. You can holler at me later. Shawty bang my line. You can catch me on the book or DM me at IG. Consider me. Bring it back,
from the premises. I bring it back like it's stolen from my nemesis. I bring it back on the store. Around me, almost drown me. It astounds me like the level of deceit when your people try to play you like somebody in the street. Like even when you praise him and you try to see him eat. Not to mention all the shit you did to get him on his feet. Kid of thoughts, 10,000 legs. I know you wish you could, but some can't. I learned from my mistakes and I done felt all the breaks. Learn to cut the grass real fast for the snakes. Learn to give a little bit more than I take. Too many times I score back, break, pump, fake. I got the PayPal, Cash App, Zelle, Chime. Hope you got yours, cause I got mine. I'm talking Payoneer, net spend, Venmo, stash. Too many ways for you to run my cash.